Hi, today I'm going to give you an idea. Yeah, give you an idea that'll fix so many problems between clients and agencies. It's not my opinion, it's been my experience for decades. And in case you're wondering, yes, the agency Mischief does it this way too. What is it? Well, first, what are the problems? Can we get better work sold and produced out there in the world? Does it matter? And one of the biggest problems is the fear and the mystery. Clients are wondering, what are they doing? What are they thinking about? What is the process? How do they, who else is out there? And at the agency, hey, let's do something like this. Come on. Do you realize that client pays for your salary? We have to give them what they want. We'll show them that too. I know you want to be like Mischief, whatever, but you gotta give them what they want. And so let's do celebrities, and because they're talking about this and what their competitors do, we got to do this. The fear. Because when fear gets into your agency, game over. Game over. So how do you fix all this with one thing? You change the way you think and work with your client in this way. Instead of having a meeting and getting information, sending some emails about, well, we have access to this, we need some assets, can we get your research, then going away and then coming, give this, and making a sales presentation and selling. That's what most situations are. But you know what the problem with selling is? When you sell an idea, the client generally has only two responses: accept or reject. And often we're trained to reject things. So if you find it hard to sell things, stop selling. What you do instead, actually, what about the client? They're wondering, what's the agency going to show them? Is it going to be true to the brand? Is it going to make any sense? Can I afford it? Is it the right thing to do? They don't know. You fix the whole thing by working together with your clients every single step of the way and never separate. Yes, be locked at the ankle, chained by the wrist, whatever you got to do. Here's what I mean. When you first meet with a client, you're getting your information, you're finding out. That's just the beginning. Then what you should do is have meetings and work sessions talking about the target audience. What's really going on in there? How do they feel? What problem are we trying to solve really, Together, look at what's going on in the marketplace. What are all your competitors doing? Make a list together of all the conventions your industry does together. And then make a list of all the opposites, the disruptions together. And brainstorm together and think about the things together. Your people, their people, together, all the way through. What happens when you do this is by the time you get to the solution, it's logical. Of course we have to do this. Of course this is the most unignorable thing. Of course this is the most creative thing. Of course this is the most true thing in the mind and the hearts of our target audience. You developed it together. You weren't selling, you were discovering it together. Yes, the client has to work harder, maybe, but it's working differently. It's being together and exploring, going on a journey together about what will make the most difference. I've been doing this for a long time. And yeah, the clients at first think they're working harder. But you know what the benefit of this is? One, you take away all the psychological problems with selling and the ineffectiveness. Two, you can remove a lot of the fear that gets in the hallways of the agencies and the minds of the people about, oh no, what are we really going to have to do? Third, it also removes that mystery and that uneasiness about what agencies do and how they come up with the work and where it's coming from and why do they choose that when they could just be saying yes. And yes, it gets better work out into the world. So to dispel fear is going to make everyone feel better. To get better work out in the world lifts all boats, right? The rising tide. But the way you do it, you have to walk them through it, and you have to say, it's okay, we'll do this. We'll come to your place some of the time. You come to our place some of the time. We'll go out in the world together, walk in the park and talk sometime. Whatever you need to do to get smart together, to find out about the target audience together, to identify the real problem together, to look at solutions that will be unignorable, creative, and compelling together. It's beautiful. It's the best way to work. And if you've never tried it, try it and thank me later. Now, the other thing is, in very, very large clients, when you're working with a CMO or whatever, often they have a person above them, which could be a regional or a global sort of director of something, and sometimes even the CEO. Well, there's two ways that can happen at that point. They can say, this is great, I'll sell it through. And if you trust them, you can let them do it. But what I've done most of the time is they bring me in and I go all the way up to the CEO of a multinational, whatever. And at that point, what you've got is that word viral that everybody wants. You are taking your enthusiasm and coughing it into someone else who coughs it into someone else. That's why they use the word viral. And when the consensus in the client and the brand is really tight and together and unified because they participated in it. Remember, often you bring their team and your teams together, not just one person, but the same principle. Well, by the time it gets up to the ultimate decision maker who just has to say yes or no, it's easier, it's better, and you get great synergy within the client and the agency, and they're working together. It's a partnership, and it's never adversarial. And the other secret thing is, if you have a client, a CMO, who you really like, and they work together with you like this, remember, they can go anywhere and get an agency that'll give them what they want out of fear. So what makes you special? But if they have this special relationship with you, and maybe, God forbid, they leave that company and they go somewhere else, often they'll want that same feeling again. They'll sell it in when they get the new job. This is the way I work with the agencies. It's better for us. And they call you back in. You may keep this client with a new person, but you'll get a new client. It's a relationship, creativity of the relationship. My favorite agency said, creative is not an agency. I'm sorry, my favorite agency said creative is not a department. It's an agency, the way you do everything. And if you're not bringing creativity to the way you work with your clients, and you're still back in the Stone Age, going away and then selling, you have my sympathy and I wish you luck. But if you take on this approach and you work together as teams, the work gets better, you'll feel better, you'll live longer. And if you need more benefits than that, call me and I'll tell you. Let me know if you've ever tried this. Let me know if you think, oh, this couldn't work. Let me know if you think it could work. And spread it. I don't care. It's just an idea. It doesn't whether it comes back to me or not. I don't care. But just spread it because this could catch on and really make our industry more sane and more effective than ever has before. Yeah, you're welcome.